Hi, Eric Neese here. This morning I was listening to the radio and they were talking about, amid this economic downturn, about the phrase do more with less and the origin of that, and how it originally started with the phrase and the idea was to do more with less effort, so that you could accomplish more with less effort. And that got me to thinking about this whole idea of make more with less. And so make more money with less money. So put less money in, but still make more money. So if we look at the average 401k now, it has about $50,000 in it. That's just the national average on what the 401ks have in it. And you start to let's take just a random, not a random, but a good number of about 10% interest. So at 10% on $50,000, we're going to make what? $5,000 a year. Now, what if we, so we're $5,000 a year. So now what if we could do the same thing with less? So for example, let's say we just put in $10,000 and we made, for example, 50% interest. We could still make the same $5,000 or even more. And so with less money at risk, $10,000, we can make the same amount of money in return. And you can do the math and obviously start to see if, hey, if we were making 50% on $50,000, we'd make $25,000. Now, this starts to beg the whole question of to say, well, how can you make 50% interest? You know, that's outlandish, and that's why everyone uses the first number what I gave you, 7% or 10% interest of what they typically expect in the marketplace. Now, this gets into a point, in fact, of what we've been ingrained to think and what we've been beaten our head to think over the years, and what the limitations on the capacity of our thinking are, and that's 10%. Or maybe 12 or 15% for a really aggressive growth. And that's fine, and that's good, and you know, it's a long-term process to try to get forward and ahead of life. But what about the idea of making more with less? So it is possible. We have within our work results that show making a 90% return on average over the last 10 years. So over the last 10 years, 10 years of data, 90% return consistently. Some years less than that, some years much more than that, some years 180%, some years down to 40%. But on average, we're talking about 90% returns, and that's what we're able to do and what we've been doing and what we're doing for people who are working with us now. And so if you'd like to see, you know, maybe a $10,000 investment or even just a $5,000 or something of that sort, and start to do more with that and provide the same amount of returns that you're able to get on a much larger amount of money, that's the kind of thing that we're talking about here, and that's the kind of thing that we do. And really, it's only limited by our thinking. It is possible, and it is happening, and people are doing it, and so you can too, and we can try to find a way to do that together. Just look on here on the website and find more information about ways to do that. Thanks a lot.